Chubstep.
Jrad.
Creating the oil of judgment.
Steed. Chub. Step.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the king of the jungle.
Have you seriously never owned a computer before?
Yeah, I'm not a nerd.
You look pretty.
What did you say?
I said you look shitty. Good night, Denise.
Do you understand the concept of the Tooth Fairy?
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
And the show started. Hello, and welcome to season 2 of Chubstep. Season 2. Season 2. I wonder how synced we're going to be.
Not at
That's
all.
where we find
It
our
sounds
audio
terrible on
synced.
mine. It sounds terrible on mine. Season 2 will be, I would say, double as good as season 1.
At least double as long.
It's, oh my God, you think 1,000 episodes?
We're doing 1,000.
Oh my God.
Well, maybe we'll
I don't
shorten
know.
it. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe
We'll see
it'll be
what
half.
the
It'll either be
production
half
guys
or it'll
want.
be double.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, okay. Anyway, I wanted to do a review of Chubstep 500.
okay.
Chub 500. We had ended up having 11 and a half guests. I thought it was really going to be like 8 or 9. And we just kind of
Wow.
kept thinking like, okay, we got to have this person, got to have this person. I felt like I was like somebody that was doing like the circuit of interviews. I mean, it was we were doing like one every 15 minutes for a couple hours a night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
was
didn't
a
seem
lot.
that long when we recorded it.
When we were doing it, but then when I put it all together and I edited it, it's like 2 hours and 30 something minutes.
Yeah.
And that's even taking out Frat Sullivan, whose entire thing got censored.
Yeah. His would have been 45 minutes on his own.
Yes.
But he was just really fired up about like Elon and that's bad.
There's a lot of stuff we couldn't keep on there. So we ended up just cutting his whole segment. But shout out to Frat Sullivan for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, overall, I think it went really well. I was really excited about it. End of a good season for sure of Chubstep. My favorite season so far has been season 1.
Yeah. No, mine too.
Nice wheels, Mike. This is new?
Not quite. Like your mother, it's been previously loved and paid for by a couple of guys.
I guess this means you cleared your debts, huh?
No, I've added this to my debt.
There was a guy at the airport and he had a shirt. This guy's such a douchebag. It said empathy, kindness, respect in like giant letters. And that was his whole
Well,
shirt.
It is such a kind of meaningless thing to just have something in writing. Like, what are you doing about it? Like,
Yeah.
I just, that, to me, it's more like putting something on a helmet or any sort of saying is kind of silly.
Yeah. I mean, you're at the air and he had a jacket which could have zipped up and he had it open.
Yeah.
And this guy pissed me off. I saw him. I'm like, this guy sucks. I don't ever want to run into him again. Then I go to the bathroom. And I go into the bathroom and he's just in there.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's this guy's problem? And his stupid ass kids are like pooping and I wanted to poo. So he's just standing outside the stalls. And I'm like, really, guy? The kindness thing would have been to put your 2 kids in the one stall. Okay, they could share and you leave one open.
That's right. Back to back.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out here.
Yeah. So, Steve, what is worse, that guy or all those signs that were in our stupid Airbnb that are like,
God, I hate
gather,
Home
faith the
is-
size of a mustard seed can move mountains. What was the one I took a picture of you in front of? What's
I love you for all of
all
me
of me
loves all
loves
of you.
you loves you, and like they had little cursive love was the light was the filament in the light bulbs that were outside.
I mean, that
All those
was sick.
stupid like sayings like family meets here and all these sort of things. Like, what is worse, that guy's shirt or that?
That guy's shirt.
Okay.
I mean, you're a bad decorator. Normally that only affects you. You bring
That's a good
that
point.
stuff into the world.
Now, my argument would be that they're doing this in Airbnb. This is not the permanent house. They don't live there.
Yeah, well, Jenny Magic, who was the host, she
Yeah.
doesn't know what she's doing. Okay.
No, that's pretty clear. That's
Her
pretty
name,
clear. So
her name was Jenny Magic.
it is a good name. What do you who do you think's actually better magic? Jenny Magic or Cooge Magic?
Oof.
I'd like to see
Wow.
them compete.
I would, yeah. I'd like to see her solve my disappearing penguin trick because I stole a penguin from the Airbnb. So,
Yeah. So me and Steed were in San Diego this past weekend.
yeah, we were. Wanted to get a break from all the sunshine up here.
Yeah,
So
in Portland. Yeah.
yeah, I went down there and I mean, it was bullshit. That place sucks.
San Diego, it's the
San
worst.
Diego.
It's
Yeah,
the
it's
worst.
sunny and everybody's like super hot and
It's the
just
worst.
like super chill.
Yeah. I don't get it. It's
I don't
not
get the
my
draw.
style. No, not at all. It's like good food if you get the local stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't get it.
a lot of boats, cool
Water,
houses,
nice
stupid
views,
ocean.
hills,
Yeah, most gorgeous
mountains,
sunsets you've ever seen.
good golf.
Uh,
Yeah.
I don't know. Did I have a problem with anyone down there? Well, one Uber driver, but we don't have to get into that.
Yeah. Uh, I had this. I had a crazy. Yeah, Paul might have been charged an extra $80 in one Uber
They
ride
may have
for
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 being
causing him
being
to.
too liberal. I
It
was just
was
being such a good guy. I just tipped
Paul's
him
just
eighty
being too
dollars.
good. He just like shipping him $80. He wanted to give him an opportunity to do a deep cleaning of the car. Paul
Yeah,
put
I
a lot of
wasn't
judgment. He said,
satisfied
"You know
with it.
what? I'll pay you to clean this car.
Hmm.
I right now it's fine the way it is, but here's what
Yep,
I'm gonna do. I'm feeling bad. Here's $80, clean the car.
eighty
Take a little time for
dollars.
yourself. But you're doing it for the next guy, really, that's getting in the car.
I was, and it's a better car now, and that
Yeah,
guy's gonna make more money in the future, in
yeah,
the long run.
I agree. I I
Yeah.
had I had the same Uber driver 2 days in a row. How
Oh,
weird
you
is that?
did?
Yeah.
That is weird.
I feel like that's in a major city that's almost impossible.
Yeah. Was he like
He was fine.
follow? Was he following you?
It almost seemed like it because
Hmm.
it's odd. It's odd that that happened.
Yeah, it is odd.
We went to a bar that was trailer park themed, which I kind of thought it's kind of like cosplaying as a poor person.
Yeah, the you if you are a poor person, you cannot afford to be in that bar too.
Also true, the drinks are too expensive. Yeah, that's also a good point, Steve. You can't, yeah, you're right. If you're poor, you can't even pretend to be poor there.
Yeah, you can't crush hard Mountain Dews. That
No,
was authentic. That was the only authentic thing about that place was trailer park hard Mountain Dews.
they give you hard Mountain Dews in a paper bag. I did appreciate that.
Yeah, I didn't get the paper bag. I was throwing mine away,
Okay.
drinking
Well,
my Mountain
basically
Dew
the
loud
concept
and
for people that
proud.
don't know this place, it basically is in a basement and it instead of renting little tables, you rent kind of trailers and its place is supposed to look like a trailer park.
I didn't really understand that until you mentioned it just now.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you showed up late to the place, so we got the explanation.
Yeah, I showed up
Uh,
late, then I was playing catch up.
yes. And then me and Steed had an issue later in the night where we went to a speakeasy. Steed walked in for a second, then walked out to get whatever he was getting late at night. And then you come back to find us. And the problem with the speakeasy is it was so hidden that you couldn't find out where we
I
were.
could not find it. I couldn't find it. And
Yeah.
I just had to go home.
Yeah, you just ended up going home. So that is the problem with speakeasy is like, and also this place when we got there initially, I was like, okay, we went to the wrong place. And somebody just grabbed a door that looked like it was just for
There was a secret door?
well, it was actually a plain door, but it looked like this looked like it was an empty building.
Hmm.
Like the door was clear, but it was like shaded enough that it didn't look like there was light on the other side. And it didn't
Weird.
really have a sign on it. So you just kind of had to
Oh,
open up like a door to what looked like an empty building on kind of an empty street. And you walk in and it's a cool cocktail bar, but if you don't remember that, you're never going to find it again. I only knew it because of Google Maps.
wow. Yeah, I'm glad I left. They wouldn't have enjoyed my presence in there at the
Not so
state I
much.
was in. No,
Not no, no. At least the
no.
Uber driver enjoyed it.
Yeah, we had a good chat.
Uh, the last thing I'm going to say about that I have for the trip, Steve, is on the way back, there was a corgi on our flight.
Okay.
Somebody not a service animal, it's just clear, just somebody bringing their dog. Now, this dog was the entire time in the aisle. I was sitting in the aisle, and the person behind me, like in the row behind me, it was their dog, but it was basically in the aisle, like basically next to me the entire time, if not in the seat directly behind me.
Okay.
And 75 to 80% of the trip is that's going on. So we get up to leave, and I realize that this dog is not the person directly behind me. It's the person in the middle seat behind me. It's their dog. And
Huh.
she did not know the person next to her.
Oh my God.
So this lady, now this dog was very well behaved, but pretty crazy to assume that it's okay to just let your dog hang out in somebody else's feet, and then in the aisle like the entire time. Like it's this lady
Yeah.
just clearly like didn't check the conversation. I was could hear everything going on. There was no like, hey, is it okay if my dog's at your feet? It was
Yeah.
just like, this is where I'm putting my dog. It's not on
This
my
dog's
lap.
going here. This dog's
Yeah.
going where it wants.
Yes.
So, I mean, in the sky, if that's the only dog available, I would pet it.
Yeah, I
I
pet
would
it.
I would
I did.
nurture this dog. But being a corgi, the second we landed, I would have choked the dog out in the aisle for all to see
Yeah.
because I
It
don't
was the
like
most,
corgis.
yeah, I most of the time I agree with you. This was the most well-behaved corgi I'd ever seen. I mean, it literally like barely moved. It kind of just laid there.
Mm.
And it was soft fur, well-behaved.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
like I said, for the plane ride,
okay, you're fine with it.
I'm okay
Second,
with
yeah,
it. But yeah, it's stumpy little legs. Ugh,
I get it. It's upsetting.
disgusting.
It's upsetting. I won't continue to let you talk about it.
Yeah, I hate
It's
corgis.
upsetting. Yeah, I get
I
it.
want to put them in a wood chipper.
Yeah.
Ugh. Um, okay, so when I was at the airport, I saw another interesting thing other than
Yeah.
the douchebag that everybody hates. Um, I was sitting down in a family. I went to like a secluded zone of the airport. I was waiting for like 2 hours.
Okay.
I'm in my secluded zone, and a family of like four old people, like, the old people are like 80 and their kid is like 60. Sat like right next to me in the secluded spot. And then the 60-year-old daughter goes, I lost my phone. They just sit down and she goes, I lost my phone. And they're like, what do you mean you lost it? Did you put it in your bag? She's like, why would I put it in my bag? I'm going to the checkpoint. So she goes back to the checkpoint and they're like, all right. Then she gets back and she's like, my phone's gone. Somebody stole it. They won't help me. Her parents are like, what? Calm down. She's like, shut the fuck up. Fuck you. All this, like, yelling at her 80-year-old parents, and her mom's crying and stuff. And
Oh
her
my
dad's
God.
like, whatever. She's like, somebody stole my phone. 10 minutes later, she's just freaking out. He just calls her phone and it rings from the bag.
Oh my God, of course.
Originally, they're like, did you put it in the bag? And she was like,
No.
no, it's not in the bag.
No,
Multiple
100%
times.
no. 100%
Like,
no.
no, why would I put it in that bag? And it
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And yeah, I found my wife.
There you go.
I don't know.
Now you're dating.
She just seemed so sweet. It was a ludicrous scenario.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
thought, maybe she needed some empathy in that moment and some kindness.
Gave
and
her a
some
hug.
respect
And you
for
said,
her
hey,
parents.
here's my number.
You wouldn't even be looking for your phone because we'd be talking all day.
That's right. It'd never be out of your hand.
Yeah, I like somebody
that.
that abuses their elderly parents.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good sign. That's a good sign of respect.
It is
Out
a
with
good
the
sign.
old. Out with the old, in with the new.
Yeah, she
Get 'em
doesn't
out
take no
here.
shit from nobody.
No, especially not
Okay.
elderly people, or especially not parents.
Yeah, she's a badass.
That's what I like that. That's a good quality in a
Mhm.
woman.
Independent.
Independent.
Even though I don't think it seemed like she didn't have a job and her parents were being nice, taking her on vacation.
Oh my God. She doesn't
But
care what people think. I like that.
yeah, who doesn't?
Yeah.
What a
Yeah.
mysterious woman.
Oh man. The one that got
Mhm.
away.
Yeah, well, I did try and call her and she lost her phone again, I think. So it's probably in her
Yeah.
pocket, but
Yes.
she's beating the shit out of her mother.
Yes.
So,
Love that.
well, what are you gonna do?
This is an 81 Honda. How dare you?
I want to do a mini true crime here, Steed.
Oh wow.
Very many.
Okay.
So this is a story about Wanda Holloway. You know Wanda Holloway?
No.
I don't think you will. The only reason I know is because I was watching a different show on Lifetime, and a Lifetime made-for-TV movie about this lady's life popped up.
Oh,
Um, Now, why was I watching Lifetime, you might ask? That's my one trash TV show I watch is Married at First Sight. I've been very open about that.
okay.
That
So
is on Lifetime currently. Next, it's being moved to a different channel next season. Okay, so enough about that. I don't want to talk about Lifetime anymore. What I want to do is talk about Wanda Holloway. Wanda Holloway, Steed. This is a bit interesting story. 1991, this lady's daughter misses the squad team 2 years in a row,
the squad.
like a cheerleading dance squad team,
Okay.
right? So she gets this lady, a parent, not the daughter, the parent, the mom, gets her ex-brother-in-law. She asked him to hire a hitman to kill the mother of the 14-year-old girl who had beaten her onto the squad.
To kill the
So the
mother
thought,
of the
yes, yes.
girl.
So apparently her thought process was that if she killed the mother of the
Yeah.
girl that keeps beating her out of competition, that she would be so sad or so embarrassed that she would drop out of the cheerleading team and give the spot to her daughter.
Okay.
The day after she asked her brother-in-law to do this, she was arrested.
Oh,
So I don't know if this is accurate, but I watched that Hitman movie recently with Glenn Powell. I actually really liked that movie. I thought it was a good movie.
I
Came
have no
out
idea what you're
came out
talking about.
recently on Netflix. I know you don't watch movies, but came out recently on Netflix. I thought it was good. In that the concept of that movie is he is a person that pretends to be a hitman and then arrests people. So the whole that basically starts off by saying that there are no actual real hitmen out there. That basically every time you ask somebody for a hitman, it just ends up
It's a
going
cop.
at some point it goes to a police officer.
Oh my God.
So so it's him again. That's why it's a funny movie because he has all these different characters that he thinks that people would want to be their hitman. Anyway, so this is a ridiculous concept. First of all, like if you were going to kill somebody, why wouldn't you just kill the girl that's taking the spot? You think of that her to
Well,
me,
that's
I would
mean.
think, well, first of all, she shouldn't be killing anybody, but I'm just saying logically, if she did this. Secondly, what happens if you kill the mom, then she's like, okay, now I am gonna double down and focus on the one thing that makes me happy,
Yeah.
cheer, right?
Hmm.
So my thought was, Steed, what are some better ideas that you could think of to embarrass a teenage girl to get her to quit a cheerleading team?
Uh, spiders in her underwear. Um, milk in her underwear. Um,
Where, where are you finding her underwear, by the way?
I'm not doing this. I'm getting my
Okay, okay,
ex-brother.
good. I just want to be
Actually, I have an ex-sister-in-law,
okay. Thank you. I just
so
want
I
to
can
clarify
get I
this.
can get her in on this
Okay, okay.
to
I
keep
like
it
that.
true with the scenario. I'm not going near the school. I just want
Okay,
to make that clear.
okay.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, you're not having anything to do with the teenage girl.
No, I'm not even aware of it. Like I'm
Okay,
barely aware of it.
okay.
But I'm just
Uh,
thinking of things that would embarrass me. And if like, I
yeah.
was meeting with some friends and I'm in the locker room and then some spiders come out of my underwear, I'd be ridiculed.
Yes. Okay, that's a
Um,
good point. The spiders would be, yeah, you're running around screaming, the spiders. I will just say this, Wanda Holloway, she ended up getting 10 years in jail, but she only served 6 months, of course,
okay.
and then served 9.5 years on probation, but she did have to pay like $150,000 to the victims.
She deserved
Well, I
it.
guess it's best case scenario for the girl that was the quote unquote target of this, because not only did that girl stay on the cheer team, uh,
She got
she
$150,000.
she got $150,000 out of it, and the girl now that girl's embarrassed. I mean, you got to
Yeah.
transfer schools at that point.
Oh yeah. Big time. Your cheerleading career is over too.
So maybe the way to do it is actually flip the script. You somehow frame the daughter that you want to get out of there. You frame her mom in hiring a hitman to do something.
Yeah, that would embarrass her big time.
That would, and then she's going to transfer schools, whatever. The other thought I had, Steed, was similar to like a Happy Gilmore situation. You just
Hmm.
hire somebody that goes to every single cheer event and just heckles this young
Heckles.
girl. Just a
Yeah,
heckler or a sign. I mean, you would probably do a series of people because they're going to eventually kick out that person out of the school.
yeah.
But
So like
just nonstop.
her self-esteem for life.
Yeah, you could do
I'm in.
things. You could do things like pop her tires, so she never
Yeah.
makes it to cheerleading practice on time. Things
Hmm.
like that. I can think of a lot of things that would be better
Then murder.
than murder. None of
I
mine
would.
involve underwear. Also, I just want to be clear about that.
Okay. So I'll say a new one then. I would hit her with eggs.
Eggs is good. Eggs is good. Soft,
Okay.
not hard boiled, right?
Both.
Yeah, I like that.
Keep
I
her
like that.
guessing. She'll
I
never
like
know
that.
what egg is coming and what time of day.
I
And
like
you just
that.
do like drive-by eggs. The cops try
Okay.
and get you, but you get rid of the cartons, so there's
Yeah.
no evidence.
So that would have been good in 1991. Now that'd be too expensive for the price of eggs right now.
Yeah, it might be cheaper to just, I don't know, get your brother-in-law to
Maybe just throw
murder
like chicken
someone.
at her or something would be cheaper than eggs
Well,
right
I
now.
mean, we got the bird flu now.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good. Well, if you
Pork is
throw a
pretty cheap.
pork, all right, throw a pork tenderloin at her.
Okay, well, that's a good cut.
Okay, yeah, maybe
Uh,
that country ribs that you like.
no, I
Okay,
like those.
okay,
What's a ham? I don't like hams.
okay. We'll throw hams at her.
Hit her with
Cut
a
up the
couple slices
ham.
of
So I
ham.
say, okay, that's good. That always gets her. Ham in her locker.
Oh yeah, and everyone
That's a
would
good
call
try.
her Ham Girl.
Ham. Exactly, exactly. Steve, just quick reminder, our old throwback story when we did an event. I'm not even going to the backstory of how this happened, but one part of this event was that there was like three or four people, and three of them had a hard-boiled egg and one had a soft-boiled egg, and nobody knew which one was which, and you had to smash the egg on top of your head. Do you remember
Yeah,
when we did this?
I do remember.
It was part of a challenge, but it's such a ridiculous concept because either way, it's not great. Obviously, the one that's not boiled at all is worse, but it was just a
Yeah,
funny thing to just be like, you just smashed
smashing.
this egg on top of your head.
Yeah, I did not get the soft, which was lucky. I feel like in my life I've had an egg smashed on me though. Like
Yes.
I for some reason like multiple times. I just can't pinpoint them.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
No, I agree. It's tough. It's tough. So anyway, that was my thing. I guess the point is there's a lot of better ways to do it. And then also your ex-brother-in-law, like this is unless you have some crazy good relationship with your ex-husband's brother. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a weird person to confide in.
Well, who knows what led to the marriage ending?
Yeah, that's a good point. You know what? Valid point, Steve. I don't have enough information to
Yeah, if my ex sister-in-law asked me to kill her daughters, just anybody, I'd probably call the police.
Yeah.
Unless
No,
she wanted me to kill like Hitler.
yes. Hey, can you go back in time to kill Hitler?
Yeah, I've got a
Um,
machine, and I'd be like,
yeah, that's a good point. Is there a level where they'd be like, okay, that's fine. Like
I'd mull it
Osama
over.
bin Laden, right? Like if I back in the day, if I was like, I want you to kill Osama.
Yeah, but you can't mess with history.
It's
So they put me right in before SEAL Team 6.
yeah,
So then SEAL Team 6 bucks, they kick the doors down, and I'm like, already got him, boys.
yeah.
Already got him. And they're like, what? This guy's badass.
So yes, I just wonder if there is a line where, because obviously, if I just say I want to kill a random, like a normal citizen, I can
Mhm.
get arrested for that.
Yeah.
That's illegal. But if I say I want to kill a person who is a convicted murderer, like that's on the run from the FBI, is that illegal for me to say that? Like if I want to
Mm.
put a hit out on a guy who's maybe escaped jail for murder,
Okay.
is that, I don't know.
I mean, probably, but what if they're on death row? I'll
So that's
go
what I'm
like,
saying. Like they're already in death row, they escaped it somehow.
oh,
And then I say I want
oh.
to put a hit out on him. Is that, I don't know if that's illegal.
I know you used to be able to like the wanted posters, dead or alive.
But what happened to that? I don't see that
Yeah,
anymore.
they should bring that back in manhunts
Yeah.
because then it would get people going.
Yes, get
Like
some of the rage out.
I don't want to manhunt somebody if it's like just capture them and bring them in because sometimes I don't feel like doing all that driving like back to the station.
Yes, that's the worst part is once you pick up a felon, having to bring them back to the station because you're not getting paid any extra for that.
No, paperwork and everything.
Yeah.
Just
that's the
want
worst. That's the
take
worst.
a pic, send it in, money goes into my account.
Yep.
And all crimes are solved within the hour.
Exactly. Steed, I need to wrap it up there. I know you probably have some stuff, so I don't mean to cut you off. Can you save it for
It's
next week?
okay.
Are you okay with that?
Okay.
Will you write it down? You promise me?
No, I'm gonna forget. I'm gonna forget what it was about, and it's gone. Or I'll
Oh,
leave
shit.
some really vague note in my phone.
I do. If you ever have those, that one time we went through like your notes that you had no idea what they meant, that was pretty funny. If you ever have those
I
again.
delete them now.
Oh no, that was good though.
I gotta keep them because the two word random things that I have no clue what I'm talking about an hour
Night
later.
milk or something.
Yeah. It's bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Well, season 2 is officially started here. We'll wrap up the show.
The show's over.
It's over, guys. It's over.
Is that your Oh, I thought you were doing a new outro.
No, why to tell people to email the show, chubstep.podcast@gmail.com.
Okay.
Check us on YouTube. YouTube Chubstep Podcast on YouTube. That's where we're at. Chub 500 will be up there by the time you're listening to this.
Email us how you would ruin a teenage girl's life.
Actually, that's a good point. See, that's what I'd like to know. I would like to know what is the best way to ruin a teenage girl's life to the point where she quits the cheerleading team.
And you don't go to jail.
And you don't go to jail. Good point. You have to not be associated with jail. Good point. I do like that. Okay. Chubstep.podcast@gmail.com. New episodes every Thursday. The show has ended. Be gone.
Now you know you got to go.
Peace. This is Yasin.